Hey everybody, this is Principal Anderson at Michele Clark, and yes, it's still the month of March, and we are celebrating women history. And I know a lot of time we think about celebrating women's history, we think about celebrating those that are seasoned women. But today I wanted to celebrate young women who are making history. Because they make history in everything that they do, and sometimes they don't realize how much history they make. So what I'm going to do is let them go around, say their names, and like one word that describes them best. So let's start over here, and then you go on around.
Hey, my name Kayla, and one word to describe me is, I say, mm, like I don't know how to put it on the word, but you can, like, I'm a person you could count on.
So reliable.
Mm-hmm.
I would go with reliable.
My name Angela. I'm gonna say chill. I'm chill. Yeah.
Okay.
I think for me would be creative because I like to paint and I like to sew and a bunch of other little creative things, and that's
So
stuff like that.
see, this is not hard. I told them that we weren't going to be hard or anything, but let me say this to you guys: when you hear that March is Women History Month, what is the first woman that comes to your head that you're like, they've made a lot of history? And we can go, you can popcorn in, whoever wants to go first. But who's the first person that you like when we think of Black history, people always say Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, right? So when we say women who've made history, who's the first woman that pops in your head?
Y'all know our girl Harriet. Y'all know she was one of the first. Y'all know she was one of the first people, so I'm gonna say Harriet.
Harriet Tubman? Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I think either there's two, like one.
Give us both.
One that I do know, Mae Jemison. She was a dancer and a Black astronaut at NASA, and because I do have aspirations of being an astronomer, people like that paved the way for myself, and so I feel indebted to them. But the second person would be my mother because she's gone through so many things and and went through so many things, and I feel like her struggles and how she came out of it should be celebrated and respected.
Excellent.
I want to add on to what she said. I want to say, like, my mother, because my mama also been through some stuff.
And
it was
Harriet,
like,
you love Harriet, though.
So,
Thank you guys for that, because I know all y'all would have said mothers. I think everybody would say their mother, and not because we say it like, it's my mama because I'm supposed to say it. But when we think about, like, all of the things that our mothers have taught us, the things that they've made us, like the days that we were like, I don't want to do this. And then you look at your mom, you're like, man, look at all the stuff she's doing and doing for me and doing for other people. And then doing for these people who don't even live with us, right? Y'all get, they just our cousin, or they just somebody next door. And my mama don't mind cooking for them and giving to them and things like that. What are some things that when you look at your mom that you're like, she did this one particular thing that definitely inspired me? And I know it's a lot of things, right? But she did this one thing that inspired me because she showed so much strength in that. And once again, you guys could just jump out.
I could say that, like, just believe in yourself. Believe in yourself, like, you don't need nobody else to do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you want to do it, you go do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll say that.
I'm gonna say being a mom all the way, cause sometimes everybody mama ain't doing what they supposed to be doing. Like being a mom all the way, being there for everything for a kid, yeah.
Okay.
I remember it was one night. I think I had like a project or something. And it was like last minute. It was midnight, and I had a supply that I needed.
Mm-hmm. And
I remember my mom. I came up to her room in like the middle of the night, and I was like, "Mom, I need this thing. I don't have it." And she sighed, got up, took me to the store and got me the thing that I needed, and then stayed up all night to help me.
Nice.
And knowing that she cared so much about what I was doing and was willing to go above and beyond in the middle of the night when she just woke back up, I feel like that was something that was really nice.
What this is going to be really crazy, and all three of you might not have an answer. And if you don't have an answer, that's cool. But what are some of the things that you do now that you like, God, I sound just like my mama? Or somebody else says, you acting just like your mama.
Complaining. Like, complaining. Like, I do not like to complain, because I'm going to be complaining. I be tired of her complaining all the time in my ear and stuff.
And then you look up and you do it.
Yes, that's irritating. I don't know.
I used to get so annoyed when my mom would nag me about like why isn't your coat on? It's flu weather.
Yeah.
Why aren't you gonna get sick? And then I catch myself when I see a friend or somebody not wearing it. Why don't you have a coat? It's flu weather. Dang it.
Yeah.
Really?
So that shows how much, they really do have such an impact on our lives, and sometimes we don't realize it. And then when people bring it out and say, "Man, you act just like your mama," you're like, "No, I don't. No, I don't." Or "You look like your mama," or all of those things. So let's talk about the history that you guys making, because sometimes people don't realize that the history that you guys make. Okay, so let me give some examples of things that could be history, and this is not your answers, but I'm just giving you ideas. Like sometimes people don't realize, because I'm the oldest girl in my family, I make sure all my brothers are learning and doing different things, helping them with the home. That's history being made, because I'm teaching them to keep our family, together. I'm the first one that has learned a different language, and I'm able to try to speak it more and have been helping someone. That's history, because somebody else in your family haven't been doing it, right? I'll stop there, and you guys, whatever you want to throw out.
I add on to it, like, because I'm the youngest. Mom got 5 kids. I'm the youngest. So
too.
my older siblings always think, like, just because she the youngest, like, she not old enough, like, we ain't got another sibling for me to, like, help them and stuff like that. But I got little cousins, so I help them.
See, so you're keeping the history going. Anybody else?
I'm a part of a robotics team. There's a brother team and a sister team, which is an all boys team and all girls team. And basically, we're backed by a company called Nesby, and the girls team had never gotten past the city competition. We never made it to the semifinals or anything. The team that I was on, our first year, we made it to the semifinals, and then our second year we made it like a little further. And that was the first time in the history of that company backing up the team that the girls team had made it that far.
Wow. Okay. You got anything, Angela?
No, I don't got it.
Okay. So I just because I really want you guys to always think about like what you bring to the table, because you guys bring so much to the table that a lot of times you don't know, even with your peers, with the group that you hang out with, you bring some type of leadership to those. So that's why I picked all y'all, because you guys have some type of leadership when you even talk about like the friends that you hang with. And because I've seen you guys even do stuff like, we're not going to do that, or if they're loud, you're like, Prince William's going to get us. So they're going to say something, right? You guys have all done that, right? Where you kind of just make that happen. So let's talk about some history, like staying with Michele Clark, like even some of your teachers, because in a lot of cases, elementary school, they just kind of, you almost have the same teacher. They kind of nurture you the whole time, to treat you like a baby, right? And so when you got here, who's been like a teacher or teachers, that have been like such an inspiration to you that you look at and you say, wow, that's an inspiration. I could do that. Or I see what she's trying to teach me, or I see where she's trying to take me, or if I can get up in front of people and talk like her or do what she's doing. Is there anybody that comes to mind?
I say Miss Four Friends and Mr. Lee.
Okay,
I want to say Miss.
Well, we're not going to do Mr. Lee because it's women's history, so we only doing ladies.
Okay, my bad. I want to do Miss
No,
Four
that's
Friends.
okay. I'm joking.
Because, like, I don't know. Miss Four Friends, I just love her so much. It's, like, so much that stick out to me about her. Like, I don't know. She pushed people to be a better them. Like, she's just a good person. I don't know. I just love her so much.
And because she's from the community, you feel like it's more of a connection too, or is that okay?
Yeah, I'm gonna say the same person, because we ain't really got to know our teachers upstairs that much, the lady teachers upstairs that much. But since I've been here and knowing her, she been a lot of help. We go to her for everything, everything.
So one of the great things about it is, even though you're not in her class anymore,
she's still there,
and she's still kind of modeling that.
Mine actually, Miss Mina actually, because she. If you like learn a little more about it, she's actually pretty impressive. Like she knows impressive. She knows a whole bunch of languages. And almost every time she's out of class, she's either out of the country somewhere or doing something. And I don't know. Thinking about how much she knows and how much she travels, that just sounds like a really it sounds like she's very busy, but it's also seems like a really fun type of busy, because she's always learning new things and going to new places.
I think what's so cool about like knowing a lot of different languages means that I can go anywhere and still know I'm good. Like if I went somewhere and they spoke a language that I didn't know, I would be like, somebody help me. How do I interpret this? Is somebody, but to be able to do all those languages, really is impressive, because now I can fit in anywhere. And I think that is history too for women, because a lot of times women weren't always able to be everywhere, right? And if they were, maybe they didn't know the language or they didn't know the culture, or men were like, no, women should be, only in the kitchen, or you should just be having baby, and to now be able to say, I can go anywhere with a different language is really, really powerful. So I told you guys I wouldn't make it like where y'all didn't know what was going on. Y'all feeling a little more comfortable now? You see, it wasn't that bad so far. All right, so here's our wrap up question. The wrap up question is: as you continue to make history and doing what you do, what is something that you want to do, or you could see yourself doing, that maybe no one else has done, or no one else has created, or that no one else has dreamed of, no one else has thought about? And it could be something really far out there. Like, I dream of being the first, or I dream of being a pilot, a female pilot, or I dream of, being on Congress. There's different women that have been there that have, made bold statements, that have stood up for us. I dream of, so I'll stop there so that you guys can kind of, and I'll even give you like a second or so to just kind of think like, what do I dream of that's going to like make history but change lives, maybe I dream of being the best cook, the best chef, or, so I'll stop there. So you guys can pop out, whoever wants to go first. And
go ahead.
I'm gonna say politics. Like, I feel like I won't really think about it. I really think about it, but I feel like politics, because I feel like when people get up there in the office, and females and stuff, I feel like they really don't shout out the stuff they need to shout out, because they get in there and they get distracted by everything else that's happening around them. Then they forget about everybody else that's still back a little bit, and I feel like they don't put that out there. And I feel like that's something I would want to do.
Like what Angela said, like more opportunity. They need like more opportunities. They need to bring out what's really happening and stuff like that. Like people who really need the help. They just worry about who got, like, I don't know, like,
So for you, you're saying like you would want to be one of the people that kick the door open to go in that room, because I always feel like when some decisions are made, there's only a group of people in that room, and then it impacts everybody else. And I'm always like, well, who was in the room when they decided this, right? I'm like, nobody called me. Why didn't they call me? I would have been in that room. Is that kind of like what you guys saying with the politics and everything? I want to be in that room to help make decisions so that they'll know the people that they maybe haven't met, or really know the struggles, or okay.
I feel like when it comes to STEM and things like that, for Black kids especially, there aren't a lot of spaces for them specifically. And I think with Black girls especially that are interested in pursuing STEM careers, there aren't a lot of spaces for them. And because I do want to be an astronomer, I would also like to start a separate program that is for STEM, for little Black girls who are interested in it and want to pursue a career in it. Because I remember being little, looking online for little programs and things I could join, and there were no spaces that were full of people that look like myself. And although I am in a program that specializes in showing Black kids that type of thing, you never really see Black girls in that kind of space. And I want to create a space that is welcome for Black girls that want to pursue that and want to be a part of that field.
Super nice. I told you that was my last question, but I do have one more, because you made me think of one more, which is great. So you have everything you need. Everything you need. You want for nothing. Just go with me on this. You want for nothing. You have everything you would ever want. And you have an extra $1 million. Who would you donate that to, and why? Like, what would it be? A group? Would it be a school? Would it be? I'm gonna stop there.
I would use that money to house foster care kids.
Okay.
Because that system is so messed up, and those kids in that program are often so neglected and abused and forgotten about. I feel like to use that extra million to help house and help those kids could change and better a lot of lives.
Nice.
I would say school, cause like it's some schools like I feel like need more fixing, and I want everybody to have the best education they can, like get whatever they can learn in school and stuff like that. I want them to be like in the up part of school, if that makes sense.
I would donate it to people that didn't get scholarships, because I feel like when you're in high school, people skip over the part where people that don't get scholarships actually wanted to go to college and they didn't get to go because they didn't have the money. And now that you in high school, you seeing that scholarships and college is actually expensive. Like, it's really expensive.
Very expensive.
Even trade school, they be charging like $40,000 just for trade school. You only there for a couple of months. That's expensive. And I feel like people should be able to have a chance to go to college without getting a scholarship from high school. Yeah.
Nice. So when you guys get this million, because I believe you guys will, let's see, that will be in the next 20 years. I'll still be around. I may not be here, but I'll be looking for that. Thank you guys so much. I told you it's going to be hard. I think you guys are amazing. So when we called looking for amazing sophomores, not to say there aren't others out there, but I was looking for some amazing sophomores that realize history repeats itself, but if you don't know where you come from, you'll never know where you're going. But also, women in history need to be celebrated at all ages. So thank you guys so much for being here with me. I appreciate you. And please stay tuned. Next time, you'll get a chance to see some of the other young women and ladies that we're celebrating during Women's History Month in March. Thank you.